if you, oh, don't record it, Alex. Hmm. Here's my little iPad.
Show me.
Huh?
Show me.
Right here.
I can't see. Nice. Look at you go. Have you got a case for it and everything?
Yeah, it comes. Well, yeah. The tablet we had could not put tunable on it.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is a mini iPad,
Cool. And you've got a
and
pen
it's
for it as
Apple.
well.
It's put out by Apple.
Mm-hmm. Nice, yeah.
So I bought the case for it so I
Yep.
could, you know.
Look after it. And it's got its own
Yeah.
stand. Mine has the same. Look.
Oh, cool. But how big is yours, though, Alex?
A4. It's the big one.
Okay, yeah, mine
This
is
is my
small.
head for comparison.
Yeah. Okay, listen,
Oh,
Alex, about last week and what you were talking about, that I would probably have to not give you a job anymore or whatever. I know that's going to happen one of these times.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you were telling me that at one point I'll have to not give you a job anymore.
Because you've
You'll
gotten so
lose.
good.
You'll. Pardon?
Because you've gotten so good.
Well, when you told me about it, I was a little bit chagrined because I was not that good. One. Then I
Right.
realized what you were saying,
Yeah.
and I thought, lighten up, Esther. But I've been just too blasted serious about this. And the reason being is I've got 4 compositions to compose.
Yeah. Wow.
One for you
Yeah.
and 3 others. One deals with 8 horns.
Oh, you'll be a busy lady.
Yeah. Well, so what I was hoping, you know, you probably heard a lot about this country and how it's going.
Hmm.
I don't know what's going to happen, Alex, but I want to be able to study for you with at least another 2 to 3 years. And maybe you
Hmm.
think that's crazy.
No. As long as you're getting stuff out of it, then that's the main thing. I've told you before, my 2 criteria for wanting to teach someone is that they care and that they try, and you do both of those things in spades. So dream
Well, I
student
appreciate that.
from my
But
perspective.
I'm not, and I appreciate what you're saying, but I'm not, I know you told me not to judge myself,
Hmm.
but I'm my worst enemy. My mother told me that when I was 17 years old.
Yeah.
She says, you're your worst enemy. And I know that.
Hmm.
And it's just because I care so much that I
Hmm.
want to get it right so I can, I don't want my music to go in the trash can.
Hmm. Something I talk about a lot with various coaching clients and stuff is often our greatest strength can be our greatest weakness, just depending on the circumstances, right? Because if it's a strength of ours, it's a tool that we reach for on a regular basis, and for you, that's your caring and your passion, right? And it allows you to do some amazing things, I am sure. But then if it's just making sure that it's not the only tool that we reach for.
Oh, no, no, it's not. I've got 500 other things going on.
Yeah. No,
But,
as in your personality trait is a real strength of yours. Your passion and the fact that you care so much is a real strength of yours. Of course it is. Right?
no,
It's
thank you.
just that in certain circumstances, it's actually a weakness,
Yeah. It
depending
can
on
be.
the
You're right.
context.
You're
That's it.
right.
And so I have my ability, like, from my perspective, my ability to just take things in my stride and be very carefree and positive is a real strength in a lot of stuff. But then there are certain circumstances which require you to be very, serious and studious and prepared. And so the fact that I'm able to do things, what's the word for it? It's like sight reading life. I'm a very good sight reader as a musician, and I can just do things as they come. I don't have to
Hmm.
prepare. But then occasionally there's circumstances where you do need to prepare, and the fact that I get away without preparing, which is a strength. In this situation, is that a weakness because I don't know how to prepare. I haven't practiced doing it.
Well, you've always told me do it in little chunks.
Yes, yeah. I know. Well, that's that. So that's like the whole reason I developed this very, very thorough, very, very thoughtful practice routine and methodology is because I had to.
Mm-hmm.
Right? My ADHD enables me and allows me to be very go with the flow, um, flexible, adaptive guy,
Right.
but it didn't
Right.
set me up for being thorough in my preparation. That is something that I had to really work on.
Well, I try to be go with the flow too. Generally, I mean, it
Mm.
doesn't. It, I mean, I'm dedicated to this because once you put on money for something, you better be dedicated or forget it.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah, it's why I love working with my mature students so much because they're the ones paying me, and so they're the ones who are most committed to it. Whereas the kids who aren't using their own money, they're sometimes not so dedicated. We should do
Oh
some
well,
playing. We
they're
should do some
they're
playing.
this damn thing doesn't seem to really want to work. Come on, show up. Well, what the heck am I doing wrong? Whoop. I'm always afraid.
Don't be
Hey,
afraid, Esther.
Alex. Huh?
Don't be afraid.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm not afraid of you. I'm trying to get this stupid thing to work. Oh, you dead, Esther Claire. I'm surprised at you. Don't you know when it says plus and minus? Never mind. There's too many knobs on this stupid thing. Can you talk to me now?
Hello, Roger. Can you read me?
Yeah, that's better.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
I was using the wrong knob. I thought, gosh, I wonder why you're so quiet. All right, what do we want to play? Oh, one other thing.
Yeah.
Are we going to get into other forms of music, or are we going to just stay with the light music, or what?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Would you like to touch on some more classical styled stuff? We can do some Mozart. We can do some Strauss.
Well, right. Whenever you feel I'm ready, I'm prepared for that.
Mm, mm. Yeah. No, the music we've been working on. It's
I mean, I like a challenge.
yeah, as a way to engage with the instrument on music that you already know, and just be able to execute a nice melody. I think that's very worthwhile. So that's a fair point, though. Which pieces have you been working on? We've got Maria. We've got Send in the Clowns. What else?
And then we've got Tonight, which I never
Tonight.
realized had four different, no, not beat. It changes meter four
Mm,
times.
mm.
And I thought, okay. But you know, Alex, one of my greatest faults are my little fingers.
Ha, indeed. Yeah.
Thank
Well,
you.
that's Sorry, was I not supposed to agree? One, two,
Well, no, that
three,
was okay.
four. Yeah. No, I'm just looking at tonight and counting all the measures, the meter changes. Totally. Um.
Yeah, there's 4 meter changes in that.
Yep.
Not that it's a problem, but the last two meters don't make a whole lot of sense. But
We'll get
that's
to
the way it
that.
was
Let's
written.
let's do a warm up. Let's do a warm up. It is 10 a.m. in the morning, and I'm in a hotel room with very thin walls, so I'm not gonna do any playing if I can help it. Sorry about that. But oh no, it's just I would have someone knocking on my door very, very soon if we were to do that, which is fair enough. Okay, can we look at number 2 from the Hector McDonald routine? Ba 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 da da da. And I'm going to turn on my original sound before I forget.
Well, mine is on. I turned mine on.
Good on you. La, da, 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 da.
All right.
So before you do it, let's get the drone turned on. So get your tunable on your iPad.
Yeah, but Alex, how is that going to help? Come here, little
Oh,
thing.
oh, great question.
It's just a baby thing, though. My gosh, it's only about. I didn't have an okay. The drone turned on. So how do you? This is a dumb question. I'm still learning about this stupid
Yep.
thing.
Not a dumb question.
I mean, no,
okay.
it's not a stupid thing. It's just a little bit beyond me. I've never had to work with one before.
Yep, it's okay. It's just a new tool. If you can fly a plane, you can work an iPad. One sec.
I beg your pardon. Oh,
If you can fly a plane,
screen.
you can work an iPad. I reckon.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Except
Cool.
if you let go of the controls, the plane goes down.
Fair enough. So here's my tunable. Can you see my mouse wiggling about? Can you see that?
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Terrific. So here where it says sustain, I'm going to click that.
Yeah.
Boom. Right. So now
You
it's
want me to do that?
Yep.
You want me to do that with mine? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to press C, and it's going to sing a C for me.
Yeah, but wait a minute. Mine's too.
Great. Yours is extraordinarily high. So look here, see the minus and plus?
Yeah,
See
I
the
know.
plus and the minus? So turn it off and then hit minus a few times. Keep going down.
Well, if I can turn it on.
So stop the drone for a sec, hit sustain.
Hit what?
Hit
Oh, hit
sustain
sustain.
again to turn it off. There you go. So you put on multiple octaves. It was like C, 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 C. And see the number in the middle? That tells you
Yeah.
where it is going to be sitting.
Oh, is that what that's for? It's a dumb question, isn't it? Okay, what? I mean, mine is at 440, like yours.
Yep.
But why does it say 290 changes with the on top of the page? It changes all the time.
Up here, these ones.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
la, this is a C that I'm singing, and it's 170 odd megahertz.
Oh, okay, okay.
And this one here on the left is telling me that I am around 30 cents sharp. So I go, there we go.
Okay, so with that octave, you can change the octave by hitting that.
The plus or the minus down the bottom here. So plus or the minus, that tells you which octave it's going to be. So if it's too high or it's too low, you can adjust it.
Well, right now I'm on octave 1.
It's probably too low.
You're on octave 4?
Yeah, well, just tap it. How does it sound? If you go like this and hit the C, how does it sound? Hit the C and hold it. Yeah, way too low. It's like a fart. Can you go up 2 octaves? So it says 3.
Oops. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Good. Great. Now hit sustain. Hit the sustain button and press that C. So it holds it for you. Good. Now, please play the Hector McDonald routine. Ba, da, 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 da.
Is that what that's for?
Mm-hmm. Good. So when I play with the drone, I'll put one ear off like this so I can hear it. So I've only got the headphone on one ear. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Good. Now, D, La. Your turn.
What do you want me to do? Sing it or play it?
Play it.
Oh.
Mm.
There, now, come on. What's wrong?
The next one, number 2. Da,
number 2.
starting on D. D for Delta, you've already done. C for Chicago and Charlie and Cook and Coffee.
Well, don't I have to change my thing too?
No, because we're within. Pause it for a sec. Can you turn the drone off?
Yeah, but I'm still on C.
Yeah, turn it off.
Oh.
Good. So we're in C major. We're in C major. This exercise stays within C major. So C, D, E, F, G, D. So even though we're starting on a D, it's still within C major, which is why we leave the drone on the C. This is a C major scale, the whole thing. We're just doing 5 notes at a
Right. No, I
time.
know that. Yeah.
So if you did it on a D, that would provide the wrong tonic, the wrong key bass for you.
So with each scale, the first note would designate as to what part of the drone you put on?
So this one here, this C, when the key signature is C major, right? So then
Right, but
yes,
I
you
mean,
leave, and then so this whole thing, the whole 1, 2, 3, 4 lines remains within C major.
right.
And so you keep the drone on a C. You could transpose this scale. You could do the same pattern on E major, for example. Right? And in which case you would then set the drone to an E. If we were doing this exercise here, right, 4A, which you've been working on, we're in C minor, aren't we? So the drone still stays on a C. So whatever key you're in, whatever the name of the key is that you're in, that's the drone that I want you to put on. We'll do some different drones for you in just a little bit, but for now, put that C back on. Oh,
Okay, just a minute.
it's all right.
I've got a pointer. I got this little thing here,
Yep, yep.
which I use instead of my little finger.
Okay, good. So D for Delta. Ba, da, 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 da.
I've been having allergy problems too today, and I'm croaky-sided today, so I get this drainage down my throat too much. Hold on. That's not right either, Esther Claire. Come on.
D for dog.
That C is throwing me off. I'm sorry to tell you.
Good.
Thank you, Alex.
You're welcome. You're a clever cookie. Figure it out. Da.
Yeah.
Very good. Just do the arpeggio once more. Ba, 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 ba. Lovely. And you can hear, the reason it's putting you off is because that's not the note you're trying to play, is it? C. But so we have to be able to hear against that, da, the D. Right, so this little bit of conflict between the pitches, I think that's very beneficial for your ears.
Yeah, I believe so.
Good. Third line. E.
Well, now let's see. Where are we? Now.
Lovely. Very good. Next one.
No, come on, Esther. I prefer slurring anytime.
That's fine. F, A, C.
Yeah.
Good. Good. And so, if you just turn that drone off for a sec.
Yeah. I can see what you're talking about, though, Alex. It does. It causes you to. Well, I mean, when my husband and I play together, because he has a clarinet,
Mm-hmm.
and what he plays, if I'm in B flat and E flat, he would probably be in C major or F,
Mm-hmm.
or not anything at all, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe B flat. So he starts on a different note than I do. So I don't pay attention to him.
No, you have to listen.
Yeah, you have to listen. You have to know what you're playing and just
Yeah.
play it.
So the
And it's helped
reason
me.
the reason the scale is really important with the drone. So here's a C. That's probably too loud. Can you hear that?
No,
Can you hear my drone?
you don't have it on.
Okay. So no, I do, but it's coming through my headphones instead of. I think that's
Or
because I'm sharing
you
my
want me to put
screen.
my C on?
Yes, please do that. Do that.
Just to sustain again.
Yeah. Good. So here's a C. This scale that we're doing, this pattern, we start on a C and we depart. So do, all within C. The next one, D, ah. This next one, we're finally back home. Ya. And we're back. C, da, 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 ya. Right, so ya is this home key. We go away from it and we finally make it back. So having that awareness of what's going on harmonically when you're playing the scale is really, really important. Right, just turn the drone off for a tick. So when you're playing a piece, when you're playing a scale, if you don't have that awareness of the home, that home note, the tonic, the pitch center that we're in, it's really easy to get lost. Right? So it's just like it's like an aural lighthouse in the dark as you're playing your scale. What a wonderfully poetic analogy that was, but right, it's true. Good. Hey, that's going really well. Can you put the drone back on, please, and play me 4A? This one.
Which would be. No, that's not. That's what minor key is that? I'm sorry. I'm like an idiot.
That's okay. What note does it start on?
Well, C. Yeah.
What note does it finish on?
Okay, Alex.
So, no, I'm not being facetious. It's just like there are clues on the page, which if you know what to look for, are pretty useful.
Oh, well, that's okay.
Whoa, up fire, Esther. Whoa, C minor, 3 flats in the key signature. You're not
Yeah,
giving me any
okay.
of
Well,
those.
that's my fault. Start over. Hang
All
on.
right.
Oh, too bad. Oh, and I did too many of them too. You probably didn't notice that, did you?
Pick my battles, mate. Pick my battles, one thing at a time.
Thank you. Yeah.
B, 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 C, B, C, B, C, D.
Well, it's Alex. This is the first time that's done that with me.
B. That's right. That's correct. You've got it. That's correct.
Come on.
It's just this. Look at me. Look at me. It's Just this. B, C, B, C, B, C, D. The first half of it was beautiful. It's the best I've heard you play, and then you got stuck on this B. Why don't you start at the beginning again? Reset.
Okay. No.
G.
No.
Stop. What fingering have you got? You're trying to play a G. G is open.
The
G.
G is open. I know. You can have all sorts of open notes, Alex.
That's fine. But this, yo, really hear it.
No.
Hold for it. Wait. Too many attempts. Too many attempts all in a row. No thinking. Where's the thinking? You've got a brain. Why aren't you employing it, Esther?
Thank you.
It's a question, though, that's not rhetorical. Why aren't you employing your brain? Does it charge you too much? Can you not afford to pay your brain? So, drone off.
That's a nice question. Thank you.
You're welcome. Drone off.
Say again.
Drone off.
Come on. Click.
Chaos. Good. Hey, that was going really well. And the majority of that is the best I've ever heard you do it. Really, really pleasing.
No, thank you.
The pause. The thing that is displeasing is the frequency of the attempts when you ran into a mistake. It was going so beautifully and so smoothly, and then you got into a little bit of turbulence, and your response was just to go again and again and again and again and again and get it wrong every time. And there was no pause. There was no pause for thought to think, what am I trying to do? What are the fingerings? Am I going from this note and then am I going up?
Well, that's
down?
true. It got chaotic. Yeah.
It did. And so just deliberately putting your horn down between attempts as a way to force yourself to have some space is really, really worthwhile. And then when you re-engage with the instrument, it is with a real deliberate plan of attack. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to think about, make sure I've got a good breath, that I'm playing.
Well, what I tried to do is go backwards.
Yeah.
And then go forward again.
Yeah.
I guess my worst problem is the D and C for whatever, and then the natural B and A flat.
Yeah.
I don't know why that should throw me, but I notice it's been bothering with other people because somebody circled that spot.
Yes. Someone else.
Well, you must have circled it because when I got it was
so the B to A flat. I think we've talked about this before. I've certainly talked about it with lots of other students before. My apologies if we haven't yet either. B on thumb and 2 is one of the shortest lengths of tubing on your instrument. Look at your French horn. That second slide is very short. Look at it, the length of the third slide in comparison. It's much, much longer, isn't it?
Yeah.
So when you add the third finger from B to A flat, that's a substantial difference in the length of tubing you're blowing through. Can you just blow air through your horn, holding down thumb and 2, and then while continuing to blow, put down third finger and notice how much extra resistance there is. Can you do that, please? So just blow air.
Just blow air?
Yep, no buzz, just blow through the horn.
Oh. I don't really notice that much of a...
But it is present. It is present. Did you change fingers? Did you go from B to A flat?
Excuse me.
It's all right.
Sorry. No, I don't notice that much of a difference.
It doesn't have to be a drastic difference. It's still present. Yeah. And also,
Now,
one more thing, the intervals, right? So interval, just the gap between two notes, yeah. Um, it's deceiving because within that scale, it looks like they're all just stepwise, doesn't it? C to D, that's a tone, or what do you call it in American? Half step and no, what's the
yeah, it's a
word?
half step.
A
Well,
half,
no, it's a
a
full
full step.
step.
Yeah, yeah. So from C to D, that's a full step. E
Yeah.
flat to F, that's a full step. G to A flat is a half step. B natural to C, half step. C to D, full step. B natural to A flat is a minor third. It's the
Oh, so that's
same,
what's
it's
different.
the same distance. Look, that these two notes here is the same interval as these two notes here. So even though they're right next
Oh,
to each other
okay,
on
okay,
the whatchamacallit, on the
yeah.
music, even though they're right next to each other, it's actually a leap, B to A flat. So when you're next at the piano, go look at those intervals, the B to the A flat, it's substantial, right? So why, to your question or to your observation that those two notes in particular are giving you grief, is the explanation. It's threefold. One, everyone's third finger. This is a rubbish finger. It's really awful. It's very, very challenging to coordinate that, isn't it? Also, the length of tubing changes, right? Needn't be a big difference for it to have an impact. And three, it's a wider interval. It's much
But
further than we think.
but the thing is though, position wise, they're closer. Then I mean, it'd be a lot harder to go say from E flat down over to A flat.
It would be, but you don't have to do that.
No, I know, but I mean, the you're talking about the challenges. I
Yeah.
think it's a matter of, pardon me for saying this. That's what I've been trying to work on. Is my I can't even pronounce the word. Is my agility
Mm.
over
Yep.
that? And
Good.
when we get to what's it called tonight, there's a lot of hopping around in that piece.
Mm. Good.
So I mean, you got the D flat, which is the same thing as A flat. I mean, it's just
Why
a
don't
little
we hear that
higher.
now? Can you
Want to
please
hear what now? What
tonight?
tonight? Oh,
Tonight.
did I say that tonight, Alex?
Yeah.
All right, just a minute.
What key are we
Let
in?
me. Oh gosh,
How many flats?
there's two flats.
Two flats. Do you remember your circle of fifths?
No, I don't. I haven't studied it that well. I'm sorry to say.
That's okay.
I'm
No,
a
no,
bad.
not at all. Not at all. Like so, um,
I say that isn't that E flat?
B flat major, two flats. And the
Okay. Well,
clue,
okay.
once again, is what is the first strong beat of this piece.
It's B flat.
It's a B flat. So I specifically didn't ask you what's the first note because the first note's an F, but it's an upbeat. It's an upbeat into the tonic. 5-1.
Is
Like
that what
that.
they call an upbeat then? I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
or
sorry.
an
I've heard that.
anacrusis.
I've heard
You could
that
also
term
be
too
really
many
wanky
times.
about it. Yeah, upbeat. So 1, 2, 3, and 1. That's the upbeat. So circle of fifths. C major. Look at me. C major is the neutral key. Right? No sharps, no flats. C major, neutral. If you go up 5 notes, C, D, E, F, G, that's the next major key and has one sharp in it, an F sharp. If you go up 5 notes from a G, G, A,
Oh,
B,
okay. Yeah. All
C,
right. Yeah.
D, G, A, B, C, D, D major, two sharps. Go up 5 notes from D, what do you get? D, E, F, G, A major, three sharps. And the pattern goes like this. See, up 5 notes, G, D, A, E, B, F sharp, C sharp, and that's 7 sharps, which is as many as you can have. All right. So if it keeps,
Okay.
let me just find a blank bit of manuscript. Yeah, here we go. So right, so the pattern, just to be C, G, and if you keep going up, you get a D, right, up there, but then very quickly we run out of ledger lines. So G, and then D, A, E, B, and you just see how it keeps going up like this?
Right,
It's like a
right.
stock market. The minor keys, the flat keys are the same thing, but we go in the opposite direction. So here's a C. We go down 5 notes. What do we get, Esther? Count them. C.
Um,
Name them. Go backwards through the alphabet. C.
CBA. Let's see.
Put your fingers up. Put your
CBA.
fingers up. Put your fingers up so I can see. C. And count them. C, B, A.
CBA.
Yeah.
GF.
Great. So what's the next flat key?
It's a F major.
F major.
F
Terrific. F major. We're still in major keys. F major has one flat in it. One flat in the key signature. Okay. If you go down 5 notes from F, what do you get?
We're going still down further. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
F E F E D C B.
B. Terrific. We've already had a B major though. That's got 5 sharps in it. Must be B flat. B flat
Flat.
major because we're doing flat keys now. So B flat major. So this is 1. This is 2. Hey, are you noticing a pattern here? And is it similar to the pattern that we observed for the major keys?
Yes.
So what do you think the next major flat key is going to be? So we went, look at me, we went like this for major, we went this for the sharp keys, like that, and it kept getting spikier and upwards, didn't it? This one,
Yeah.
bum, bum, bum. What's the next note going to be? Power of deduction, bum, bum, bum.
A.
So close.
Huh? Oh, E.
E
Oh.
flat, look, observe, right? So C, F, no, it's all right. B flat, E. And the next one, A flat. And guess what's next? D
A flat.
flat.
A flat.
A flat and then D flat, and then we've got a, just carry on that line, we've got a G flat, and then down here, C flat. 4, 5, 6, 7 flats.
Wait a minute. What's the last one?
C.
Not C.
C flat.
C flat?
C flat major, that's right, it's got 7 flats in it. But the thing to observe is this. Ba 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 bum. Notice that pattern, that descending pattern.
Okay.
Yeah. So probably, if you've got a bit of manuscript, it would be really worthwhile just writing out that the order of your flats. So we've got C, 0, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, C flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All of these notes after the F, they are all flat. It's always a something flat key. Yeah? Cool. And if you look up Circle of Fifths online, it'll tell you all about it. So hey, here we are. We've got 2 flats in the key signature. What key are we in, Esther?
B flat.
Yes, well done. Terrific. What drone are you going to put on?
The B flat drum.
Well done. Do it.
That's weird. I'm just fascinated by that. Wait a minute. Let me get the... I love playing this horn, but when it gets water in the darn valves and starts bubbling like mad, then that annoys me. I don't know. Are we ready?
Ready.
Let's start over again. Let's do a little better.
Yes, I did. That was really excellent. Now, we've modulated. We are now in a different key. D flat, yeah, va, 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 da, 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 da. So now, change your drone. Change it to a D flat.
Change to a C flat?
A D for Delta, D flat.
I did.
No, it's currently on B flat. So now, that second line of music, where we get here, tempo, flowing, we're in a different key, Esther. This bit here is now in a different key. It modulates. So if you had a B flat drone on, that would be counterproductive. Can you please put the drone on to D flat? Mm-hmm.
You said B flat or D flat?
So here, where is D flat.
Oh, okay.
Where we get there.
Sorry.
And at the beginning, we're in B flat.
Where the heck is... Hey, D flat show up. It's not showing up.
It's the enharmonic equivalent of a C sharp. Same note, you know that. Okay,
right. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, so it is.
Good. Can you go from the pickup to that bar, to a tempo? Da, 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 C, D flat.
No.
Way too high. Listen. Law. You can hear that note. D flat. Are you okay, Esther?
I'm getting there again.
The joys of allergies. Hey, mate, that was really good.
Well,
that was really good. Having the drone on gives you that home base, and all of a sudden these pictures make sense in relation to the melody.
Yeah, they do. They do. They do. Well, okay, continue.
And then, just to raise your awareness, so we're looking at me.
Oh.
This spot here, we modulate to D flat, right? Modulate to D flat major. That carries along until we get to here. And then we're back in B flat. Okay?
Yeah.
And when we get here, D. So while you're practicing it, just pause at each of those spots and change the drone.
Okay, let me make sure stuff. Sorry about that.
No, it's all right. The joys of hay fever. I'm very grateful I don't suffer from it.
Well, there's a noxious plant called ragweed.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with nothing to do with jazz. it gets about 5 to 10 feet tall.
Yeah.
And the pollen drives me crazy.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I've been struggling with it all day, and I've had a lot of drainage down my throat. So, I want to ask you something, Alex.
Please.
Could we go on a little further? I mean, I'm going to go back up to... Oh, heavens, which measure would it be? To, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. To 12.
You want to go from bar 12?
E flat.
Yeah.
E flat, and then we go. See, that's a strange thing. I've noticed some strange things about it. D flat to F, and then E flat.
Yeah.
Which puts it off a different flavor. It says, whoops.
Yeah. So we're talking in this bit, right?
Huh?
We're talking here? Oh, go away.
No. No, drop a line down, Alex.
This bit.
Yeah, right there.
About, yeah.
That E flat. That E flat right there. Now, you notice that says, oh, crumb, I hate this darn thing. You notice where it's a A flat F, D flat, then it slurps up to F.
Yeah.
And then it goes E flat.
Yeah.
Then what doesn't make sense is that it's almost you drop down a little bit and then you start picking back up again.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've been trying to do is get my fingers going, and are going pretty well up to about to here. Then when I get on this next line, the line below it, I went, okay, I'm practicing my fingers, because you've got a lot of acrobatic material there.
Yeah.
Swinging back and forth and to and fro.
Yep.
And some of it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But
all of that line, that whole line from ba va 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 ba da ba da da ba ba. This is what we're building towards. That whole phrase is leading to this G flat. You see how we keep going up and then coming away, going up, coming away, going up, growing, 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 and then we're there. All right, that's why it's like a little. We're sort of flirting with the idea of the G flat. That whole time.
Well, that's a whole beef. Okay.
It's all leading to this. Do you remember that TED talk I sent you with Benjamin Zander, and he talks about one buttock playing? Do you remember that? And if not, I'll send it to you again, because it's a most wonderful video. But he talks about this whole idea of harmony, and having a home key, and we go on a little adventure, and then we are home again. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you straight away.
No, I understand he's going uphill, and that's the climax up there.
Yeah.
But that doesn't end there, because he goes down a little bit, and he goes down a little bit.
Yeah,
then
comes
on
down
the
again.
other. Yeah. But
So the
then he
music
goes back up to F. If you drop down further, he goes back up to F.
Yeah, I know. So, to practice, just take the troublesome notes, which are D flat, E flat, F. Can you
that's
play
not
it?
a problem.
Can you play it one octave lower? Can you just go ba 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 ba, nice and low? Can you show me that?
Oh, well.
Show me that. Oh.
What, on the fingers?
No, play it. So there's middle C, and there's one note above it. That's the D flat I want you to start on. So these three notes, can you play that one octave lower? Ba ba ba. D flat, much lower.
Mm-hmm.
2 and 3
Is
and
that
thumb.
the right finger? Huh?
2 and 3 and thumb.
Yeah.
That's it.
Is that what you want?
Yeah, that's it. Now let's turn it into an exercise. Can you please play ba va 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 down an octave?
Come on.
Commit to that note. Don't play meek. Blow. Go again. So that what you played did not represent the topography of this part.
I'm having a hard time with that D flat. I'm sorry.
Oh. Good. A few more times. Get it nice and smooth. That is it, Esther. That is it, right? So that is the first example of you actually playing that pattern. The other times it's been very, very vague and we haven't really heard what the notes are. That was one example, one habit at the desirable end of the habit seesaw of a repetition that we'd like to repeat. So not only was it accurate, but it was a good sound and it was smooth. Every other time it's been lumpy and the fingers have been in the wrong spots and it's been uncertain. Right, so that version that you did, that's what we want to be repeating. Nice and clean.
My question is this. You want me to work on the higher notes and yet you want me to do this on a lower. Why?
Why? Range. Range is an element of complexity, Esther. If we're unable to execute the thing that we're trying to execute, we should simplify to the point where we can. Right? Currently, playing it as written is too complicated. Trying to get the pitches and be high enough is enough of a challenge that you're unable to think about the rhythm or the pitches or the fingering. So we establish all of those things. This is not a personal attack. It's just reality, right? So we reduce the complexity so you can focus on the valves and really hearing the pitches in relation to the drone and making sure that the shape of what we're playing matches the shape of the music. And once all of those things are established, then put it in the high register and you can think about playing the notes as opposed to focusing on everything else. Okay. So can you try it for me a few times like we did just then, because it was really excellent. Okay. Do, do.
Well, I'm going high again.
You are going high, and it's a very hesitant attempt. You're really second guessing. I hope it works. That's not the attitude that's going to work on the French horn. Even if it's wrong, you need to be confident. Ba, ba, ba.
I stand corrected only because I've never really worked with the lower part, Alex.
Okay, that's fine.
I've never done it, so this is the first time I've done it.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how unfamiliar or how uncertain you are. Be uncertain confidently. Pretend you're a white male.
I beg your pardon?
Pretend you're a male, Esther. It's the attitude you gotta have. Da, da, da. Confidence, even when you're wrong. Stop. Nice. Stop. Excellent. That was you did 3 repetitions. The first one was excellent. The third one was excellent. The second one was beautiful and it was confident, but you cocked up the fingering. Slow down between attempts. That's the overarching theme from this lesson, isn't it? Doesn't have to be much, just a slight little bit of breath. But otherwise, really excellent. That was very fine. Can you play ba va vam just as confidently? I like that a lot. Oh, I see. You're carrying on. Fair enough. That was good. Now, play me as written this D flat at pitch, so up the octave, as confidently as you can. I just want you to go boo with a great big breath and really blow, nice and loud. Not bad. That was a good attempt. It was confidently wrong. What fingers did you have down? Stop. That was a terrible attempt. The breath was rubbish.
Thank you very much.
And it was still wrong. So if you're going to be wrong, go for it well. Okay? What fingers were you using for that D flat?
The thumb and 3, 2. 2, 3.
Good. Okay, so then it needs to be a little bit higher. Ooh, big breath and really squeeze your belly as you blow. Oof. Great. Love it. Can you do that again? Make it easier. That is a lovely sound, Esther. That is really, really excellent. Okay, so we're just building capacity and composure within the high register. Right? If how you're playing in the high register is very, very uncertain and the air is all over the shop, it's going to be really, really hard to build that confidence. Right, so simplify. So we practice the fingering and the rhythm and hearing the pitches lower down. Right, for now, just for you, just going boo when you play high, and just to be able to get a real solid sound. Right, that is very we can identify the pitch that we're playing. Right, because it's certain. There's real value in that. Can you try an E flat? Doo! Same confidence, same attempt.
No, come on.
Good, so you found it. You found it. So it was hesitant, then confident. Skip the stuff. Skip the bit where you're unconfident and you muck it up a bunch of times. Let's just jump straight to the bit where we get frustrated and determined and go, boo! Yeah? Do that for me, please. In the high range. Even if it's chaotic, just poof, straight out of the gate. Great. Really, really fine, right? So again, it's the attitude and the approach when you go for it. You know the phrase, grab... Beautiful. You know the phrase, grab the bull by the horns?
I do.
Yeah, great. Well, you've got to grab the horn by the bulls, as it were, in this case. Yeah? No, you can't be hesitant, you can't be afraid, you really just got to go for it. Yeah? F. Once more, same attitude. It's only a half step higher. You've got this. Good. So the message I have for you is the same message I have for all my other students, which is don't wait to cock it up a bunch of times to get determined. Right? Regardless of whether it's right or wrong, have that real determination and frustration that students get when they go, oh, blah, 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 poof, and then they get it, and it's great. If we could just jump straight to that last point and have that be your launching platform, then I think that would be really powerful. Yeah, good. So we established in the low register. Why did we put it down low? So we could think about it in a simpler context. Ba va va, ba va va. Get the pitches, get the fingers, and then we just did a couple of high notes on their own. I would go back and forth between that. I would play these, oh, hold on, let me get rid of this. These three notes in the low register, ba da, and then I'd go in the high register, D, stop. stop. E flat, and then I go ba da da down again, and then same idea. Ba ba ba.
Okay, yeah.
And then same idea. In the low register. Make sure the fingers are all there and you got the pitches. And then can I go
Yeah.
right, so you're building up the pattern, you're still playing the music, just nice and simple, whilst engaging with the higher register in the same notes. And once that starts to feel good, then you can begin to go in the high range. Okay? Same
That makes a lot
idea.
of sense.
Same idea for this note. I'm going to get you to try that G flat in just a second. First of all, I want you to go like this. Mine's got a real to it. I might not have said this to you. Did I tell you to go to McDonald's, grab a bunch of straws and practice firing spitballs?
Yeah, you have. I haven't really.
Okay, great.
I haven't
So next
determined
time,
what neighbor to fire at.
Next time, you don't have to fire them at anyone in particular, but just as a really terrific way of having a physical representation of the power of your air, it's unbeatable. Because if you go and it goes and is maybe perhaps a little bit impotent, that's not how we want our airstream to be. Well, we want it to go boom. Right?
Well, I have tried. I don't know if you've noticed that I've been using that as you call the belly, I call the abdomen, because that's what I flex is the abdominal muscles.
Yes,
and
absolutely. And I can hear, because those notes you were playing in the high register, once we established some confidence, they were beautifully and supported. It was yeah instead of and it's very, very noticeable.
There's a big difference.
There is a big difference, 100%. The point being, though, is that it takes you a couple of goes before you click into supporting. You try to find the pitch and then you support it, is what I'm hearing. What I'd love is for you to support straight out of the gate, regardless of what pitch comes out. Yeah? You're waiting for evidence of success before you approach it with confidence. And I think
it doesn't frighten me, Alex. I don't feel
regardless of whether you're afraid or not, it's still what's happening. Right? So the point being is that rather than waiting for evidence of success to feel confident in order to achieve success. Cool? So spitballs, right? Just developing your ability to go, take a breath and go, and to fire it out. Yeah? And at the same time, I want with the tongue. Great. That's it.
Yeah.
Good. Put that on the G flat. Da 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 da. Way higher.
This thing bubbles a lot.
La. Good. Great. So then, same idea. Play around with that note.
Yeah.
Show me. Play.
Okay.
Way too low. It's miles too low. Do you notice that? That was a question.
Okay. Yeah. No, I see what you're saying.
Do you notice that it's too low?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. So,
I notice. It's not.
so what do you do about it? What do you do about it, Esther? Is it the lips? Is it the air? Is it the belly? What's not pulling its weight?
Well, I think um, it might be the aperture more than anything else, Alex.
Yep. Okay. So making sure that it's a quality breath first.
Right.
That's the most important thing. That your lungs are full of air. It doesn't matter how much pressure we put on our lungs from down here. If it's empty, there's nothing to pressurize.
Right.
Right. So we fill up with air. We squeeze our belly. We have the horn on our face the whole time. We close our lips, and we just release the air. That's it. Great. That was an excellent attempt, wasn't it? It was quality. It was a quality sound that you produced. Did you notice that?
Sort of, yeah.
Sort of. Oh, Esther, please. Be able.
Thank you. It didn't. Never mind. Go. Well, thank you.
It didn't
Alex.
what? It didn't what? Tell me. What didn't it do?
Let me try one more time.
No, you were saying something. What didn't it do?
It didn't. I don't know how to put it. It didn't sound that right to me.
Oh, so it was a little bit inaccurate, certainly. There were a couple of other notes involved in that F sharp. Right, but you're worried about accuracy when half a second ago you couldn't get the note at all. Right, so now we've gone for it with confidence. It was very well produced. So it's a quality product. Yeah, there's a few rough edges. That's fine. Now that we've got that quality product, we can smooth it and sand it out. Right? But you were trying to go, here's this really, really smooth thing, but it's like dog shit wrapped in tinfoil. Beg your pardon, right? So it's never going to be lovely. It's never going to be a nice product, regardless of how nice you smooth out the tinfoil. Give me rough quality, and then we can coordinate it afterwards, right? But coordination is secondary to quality. Okay?
Okay.
Good. Would you like to try it again? So you take a big breath, so the horn's on your face. You take a big breath, you squeeze your belly, you close your mouth, you release the air. So that, my friend, and I'm sorry, that was dog shit wrapped in tinfoil. Where was the breath? Where was the attitude? Where was the quality? I didn't see you breathe at all, and it was very hesitant. You went, I think you breathed through your nose, and then you froze for at least 3 seconds before you released the air.
I did not.
Okay. Well, maybe when you watch it back, you can be the judge of that. But.
I didn't breathe through my nose.
Okay, fine. When you breathe and when you have set up, just release. Don't pause at the top. It's like you're going to kick a ball. Make sure there's nothing embarrassing on the floor. Make sure, like, you're going like this. Can you see my feet? No.
Yeah.
Where? Here. Wait. So here's a sock. Can you see that? Yeah, you're going like this. You're going to kick and you're going, oh, and then you're freezing at the top and balancing. Oh. You just go back, kick, like that. Back, kick. It's a great example. I'm glad you appreciate it. So, like that. Your turn, and then we'll go. Good. That was slightly less hesitancy, but you're still waiting to find the pitch before you're filling it up. With it, you're going. That's one. Like that. Show me this a few more times. Good. More energy. No. It's so meek. It's so meek, and it's a good thing we're doing this via Zoom because I want you to be spitting everywhere. A real T at the front. Yes. Good, that's it. That's how you need to start the note. And if it doesn't feel like that, then regardless of whether you're accurate or not, it's a bad repetition. Okay? Yeah, so we're prioritizing the quality of the input over coordination. Groovy. One more go. Just like that. Really spit that air into the horn. Cool. Get in there. Get in there. The start of every note is still just a little bit hesitant.
No, it's just, well, I'm trying to get, because I get it too low too. I'm attacking it from below.
Yes, you need to put more air in immediately. Immediately. The graph of the air should just be this. You're going, right? Good. Spitballs. Spitballs, my friend. I think it's a real good thing for you. You don't have to go to McDonald's. If you've got a straw at home, you can use that. But I think it's worth engaging. I would, you can make a game out of it with Bill. Get a measuring tape. And you can stand on the line and see who can send spitballs the furthest. It will benefit both of your instruments.
Oh, gosh.
Groovy. All right. Goodbye, my friend. Well done. I will have a think about some more music to work on you for next time.
Well, I mean, it's whatever you think, Alex. I'm not trying to tell you what to do.
No, it's your lessons. It's your music. It needs to be interesting and engaging for you, right? So lots to think about from this lesson. I'll pop it up on YouTube and I'll get it through to you ASAP.
Well, let me ask you, my breathing is doing better though, isn't it?
For the most part, yeah. Yeah. The exercises that we did at the beginning of the lesson, that one, when you're confident, your breathing is on point. Right? But as soon as you reach an area that you're uncertain in, we revert back to old habits.
Well, I don't, but when I'm trying to go for that high note, I don't think about being confident or anything. I just try to do it. But I think it's also the opposite. That's not, I mean, you talk about the small area to get the higher points. If you don't have that, no matter how much air you have, if you don't have that small hole, it's not going to work. Period.
Totally. No, I'm not trying to suggest that you're afraid of those notes, but your approach to it, the action that you put into the horn is unconfident. Right? And maybe that's the wrong word. But the air is not coming out with sufficient energy immediately. It's sort of, you put in maybe 80% of what is needed, or even less, and then ramp it up. And I'm saying that's backwards. I want you to put in 100% air straight out of the gate. Yeah?
Okay.
That's the difference. So let's not get stuck up on the word unconfident. Right? Maybe it's just the limitation of the English language and trying to talk about music. Can you turn the drone off?
Pardon?
Can you turn the drone off?
Yeah.
Thank you. So yeah, confident might be the wrong word. Fine. Yes, our lips need to have the size of the hole. Right, it needs to be appropriate, but it must be supported with good air first.
That's true, but if you don't have that opening, a small enough opening.
Yeah, I know.
It's not going to work.
I'm aware, but. So we want to be minimizing the variables, right? So so once you've gone away and you've done your spitball practice, and we've practiced getting that air out straight away, then when you go to do it on the French horn, you put that same air in, right? And find out what happens. If it's too low, then we know that the lips are too loose, and that's just information. So for the next one, we keep the air the same with a slightly tighter embouchure. Right? If it's too high and we've kept the air the same, then we know the lips are too tight and we need to loosen. right? But we're just finding
No.
out. That's what I'm talking about when getting our eye in. At the moment, we're doing an experiment. We're trying to find out what is the right settings for this high note, and you're focused on your lips, right? Because that's part of the equation, fair enough. But your air is so different every time that it's impossible to get an accurate reading of what our lips need to do. It doesn't matter what tension your lips are. If the air is changing every time, you'll never figure it out. Yeah, we're getting there's too many variables. It's a bad experiment.
Well, it'll get better. That's all I
Yeah.
can say.
Yeah, well, and you are getting better. This is a very challenging thing to think about and to implement. I'd had how many years? I was 24 when I first started studying with Andrew Bain. And I so 16 years of playing the French horn before I had someone talk to me about playing the horn like this. Right? None of my other teachers ever talked about it. And how to
Really?
think about this stuff. Yeah, yeah, he is an extraordinarily rare mind in this field. It is a wonderful combination of sports psychology and scientific inquiry applied to the methodology of practicing an instrument.
Well, that's one reason I'm glad I'm taken unto you because I
Mm,
appreciate what you're doing.
mm,
I appreciate with all the guys, even what you've said today. I need to work on that more. I
yeah.
need to take care of that more.
Yeah. But so the point being, when he started talking to me about this stuff, I couldn't do it. It was so foreign to the other 16 years worth of experience I'd had in approaching the French horn and music making. And the result is the most amazing thing. I must be perfect and accurate. And I was not any of those things. I'm still not, but I'm much better. And the reason I'm better at those things is because I stopped caring about getting it right so much and I prioritized to the very core of my being, I prioritized trying to do it well. The quality of my input and how I viewed failure became it's just information. Yeah. And the only failure is failure to learn from it. That's all.
Right. Well, that's true. It's
Yeah.
true with
So
anything. Yeah.
part of why I'm trying to slow you down in between repetitions is because you've got no time to learn from the attempt if you don't think about it. Right? We don't want to get paralysis by analysis. That's another issue,
Sure.
right? But okay, so you're looking at the problem and you go, okay, how am I going to solve this? What do I have to do? All right, these are the fingers. That's how I breathe and blow. Okay, bah, and then you just go for it, right? And then we put the horn down and go, okay, did that match what I intended to do? Yes, no. If it did, terrific. Was it good? Was it confident? Was it easy? Right? So beyond just being accurate, there's so many considerations that we can improve upon. And if it was inaccurate, were those other things still there? Was it a good sound? Was it easy? And was it beautiful, regardless of the accuracy? Okay. So much to think about. All right, I should really let you go because I got to go as well. I'll need to get out of the hotel room before I have more teaching this afternoon. But something to think about. Would you like 90-minute lessons? Because we tend to go over most times, and I know that's my fault as much as anything.
Did you say 19-minute lessons?
90,
Oh, 90.
an hour
We
and a half.
could, sure. Yeah.
Something to think about because we tend to
So
go
what would the
over
cost
most
be?
times. It's 150 New Zealand, whatever that is for you, I don't know. But something to think about because if we're doing fortnightly lessons, which is fair enough, um, but we always tend to get stuck in at the end of the hour because there's still so much to chat about.
Well, it's
But
probably my fault, Alex. I'm sorry.
well, just think about it. Just think about it. Well, groovy. Really well done. Lots to talk about, lots to think about. I will send you this recording and I will see you in a fortnight.
Okay. You take
Farewell.
care, Alex. Good luck on your plane.
Thank you. Bye.